What if you could instantly get thousands of website visitors and you can do it. What if you could instantly get thousands of website visitors and dozens of authoritative backlinks that bolster your search engine position? And what if you could do it all without spending hours creating any content? This strategy is guaranteed to propel your website to the next level. This is one of the quickest and easiest ways to flood your website with targeted traffic by curating other people's content using Roundup posts. Not only that, because if you stay until the end, you will get a free series on how I grew a tiny website to over 30,000 visitors every single day. Okay, so a couple of days ago, I shared a powerful new way to find unlimited traffic sources, and well, today's tutorial is a standalone lesson. It also works in perfect conjunction, with my previous video. Now, I will put a link to that in the description. Okay, so today we're going to tap into dozens of existing traffic streams and then direct some of that traffic back to your website. So you're going to make a Roundup post and then leverage other people's audiences. And this works so well because, well, your competitors will actually want to promote your website and they will actually want to give you those backlinks. And the best thing about this is these posts that we make, well, they're incredibly shareable. So you can also expect an extra wave of social media traffic as other people share it across those platforms. Now, the strategy works like this. So you're going to ask a handful of your competitors one question. You ask them all the same question, and then you compile their answers into a single blog post. Now, just imagine this, okay? If, say, 10 of your competitors respond, and each one of those writes an answer that comes to around 200 words, that gives you a really meaty 2,000-word article that Google is just going to love. Plus, when you factor in all those relevant backlinks, you can imagine that your search engine rank is really going to increase, and you didn't even have to make any of that content because other people did it all for you and you didn't have to pay them a penny for it. So the first thing that you need to do to make this work is know your audience. And if you want me to make a separate tutorial about that, just tell me in the comments. Okay, and then when you know who your audience is, you need to know what they need help with. So you need to identify the problems that they're currently facing, the things that they're struggling with right now. And I'll show you how to get that information in a couple of minutes. But first, you need to know who can help them. Of course you can as well, but we need other people. So this means knowing who your influential competitors are. Now, to find out who they are, we can use a tool like Ninja Outreach. And listen, it's really important that you only target small to medium-sized influencers because the big names in your industry are constantly being bombarded with requests. And that just makes things difficult for us, okay? And listen, because I really do want you to genuinely succeed with this and I want to see you get tons of traffic, let's make things just simple and easy. Okay, so this is Ninja Outreach. It's free to use and it's a very powerful tool to have in your arsenal. So we can search Instagram and YouTube for influencers. So let's go with Instagram for the moment. Let's think about the keywords that are relevant to your industry. So for me, it might be digital marketing. For you, it could be something else. So it could be something like maybe dog training. Hit search. And now we have a whole heap of influencers relating to dog training. That's a really good starting point. So you can just add these to a list. If you want another way, then have a look in the description below. I'll link to another tutorial that I made a couple of days ago. And then we can repeat this on the YouTube search. So where is it? We just changed the option there. and we go dog training. And there we go. Okay, so good stuff. Let me show you one more thing with Ninja Outreach. Now, I'm not associated or affiliated with these guys, but if we go down here to the bottom, to the footer, Instagram money calculator, YouTube money calculator. Let's have a look at Instagram. So there you can put in the username of an influencer, and it will tell you how much to expect to pay for them to promote you on Instagram. Now, if you just want to pay for traffic really quickly, that could be a good option. Let me show you, because if we put in something like, well, there it's suggesting The Rock. So let's just go with that for the moment. Oops, let me try again. There we go. So estimated earnings per post, $3,000, almost $4,000. So you can put in anyone there and then get a rough estimate of how much to expect to pay them to promote you directly on Instagram. That's just a little side strategy that I thought I'd share with you. Make a list of 30 of these influencers for now, and in a couple of minutes, I'll give you a highly effective outreach strategy to use. Okay, so next, you need to know what problems they're facing. So you need to know what they need help with. So let's go back to the computer. Let's use Quora. Okay, Quora is an absolute treasure trove of data that we can use. So let's go with dog training. I keep typing dig, dog training. Now we have a few options. So space, we want to go topic. Click on topic. And we've got a few options here, so you can see what people are posting about this industry, about this topic. These could be influencers that you could reach out to as well. Or if you just want to find what your audience are looking for and what they're asking, then click on answers. These are the big concerns of your industry. Now, I'd ask you to have a look at the number of answers and the number of follows. So these are important metrics to bear in mind, because it's going to tell you how popular these questions are. So this one, so who is the best dog trainer in the world? 6 followers. So in comparison to what else is happening on the page, there's, a moderate amount of interest in that. But if we go down here to this one, it's got 19 answers. That could be a good one to go for. So how do I train my dog to tell me when he needs to go outside? So that could be a very good question to ask influencers. So what you could do is just spend a few minutes going through Quora, getting as many questions together as you can, and then head over to most viewed writers. So here it's going to tell you potential influencers who might be willing to answer your questions on your blog. So these are the most viewed writers in dog training. If you're not getting much results or much luck contacting these guys because they seem to be the big heavy hitters on the platform, you can scroll down to up and coming. So these guys might be a little bit more receptive, but make sure that they have 2 things. So either a blog, a website of their own, or a decent sized social media following. Another tool that you might want to use is called Answer the Public, and that will show you the exact questions that people are asking. And this is Answer the Public, so we can discover what people are asking about. Let's say dog training. Check this out. This is amazing. So it's going to take a couple of minutes to bring back, a whole heap of data. Check this out. Look at that. So these are all search phrases that we know people are searching for. These are concerns and problems that people are having with dog training. If we go down, it's just going to give you tons and tons of data. So we can check out a few of these. So which dog training collar is best? If we click on that, it's going to take you to Google. So you can now see what your competition are doing, which bloggers are already addressing this question. So one tactic to find influencers could be to choose 2 different questions but in the same niche. So we have which dog training collar is best, and we could also choose maybe will dog training help separation anxiety. So we can go to both these sets of results, and now you can have a look at people who've answered this question and then ask them this question, because we know that they're in the same niche. We know that they're receptive to answering these kind of questions. So you can just swap out the questions, and that increases your chances of finding influencers who will be receptive to working with you. Now that we have a list of potential influencers and some topic ideas, it's important that you don't choose questions that they're going to get asked all the time. So go for something a little bit less obvious, and do try to cut directly to the core of the problem that you're trying to solve. I mean, really go for the jugular here, okay? And ask the question that everybody in your industry needs the answer to, okay? And when you do this, that will give your post credibility, and it will also make it very shareable. Next, you have to contact your competitors and get on their radar. Now, this takes a little bit of strategy, so you shouldn't just go straight in and start sending them cold emails. Don't do that, it doesn't work. The best approach here is to warm them up first. So start sharing their content and tag them when you do. Retweet them, reply to their newsletters, start conversations, just get on their radar, make sure that your name is one that they recognize. And then, and only then, you can start asking for their help. Okay, so now your chances of success are massively increased. So it's time to ask them if they'd like to take part in a Roundup post with other industry experts. They will immediately know what a Roundup post means. And for a lot of influencers, mid-sized influencers, it's a little bit of an honor to be asked to take part in one. So your hit rate should be pretty high here. Of course, it's not going to be 100%, and that's fine. So you make your email to them very personal. Do not use a cookie cutter template. So be personable, be real with them. Maybe comment or reference something that they've published previously, or talk about their values or their ideas. Make it clear that you know who they are, and there's a reason that you're asking them to take part in this roundup. So they're not just some random influencer that you've just picked out. So in your email, make it really clear that they will have a bio on the published blog post. They will also have a picture profile and a link to their website as well. Now, a couple of really important things here. On your post, you have to write an introduction that sets the scene. So to do this, just make a promise to your audience. Tell them what they're going to get if they consume the information. Make that big promise, and also make sure that the article itself is really easy to share. So add those social media buttons that you sometimes see on blog posts. And also use this as an opportunity to build an asset by converting all that new traffic that's flooding into your site. Well, convert those into email subscribers. So to do that, you have to put a call to action to tell them what to do above the fold and below the fold. This is an example of a Roundup post. This is one that one of my buddies, Ryan Bidoff, recently took part in. Let me show you how this one is structured. So first of all, notice the image. It's quite a striking image that's going to get a high click-through rate on social media. The headline, very important. 17 plus experts suggest 3 blogging mistakes bloggers always make and how to fix them. So they're calling out problems and then they're offering solutions. And we can see that this has been shared 555 times across social media. So it's doing very well. Here we have a hook that pulls people in. We have a small portion of original copy explaining what people can expect from the article. And here we have a call to action. So in fact, we have 2 calls to action there. So this is probably an affiliate link, and then that's a Facebook group. So if we have a look at how things are structured, I love these index tables. I think they're very useful for Google. So if we scroll down, we can get into the real meat of it. So here we've got this guy, Adam Connell. There's a bio, and we have some links in there as well. Let's go down to what Ryan has been doing. So this is Ryan Biddulph of the amazing Blogging from Paradise blog. He gives some really good points here. I'll actually put a link to this article in the description for you so that you can see that people are adding, they're not short little answers. They're going fairly in depth. They're delivering genuine value, and as a result, the article is fantastic. We can just spend all day reading all these answers, but let's just go down to the bottom here, because we can see that people are engaging with the content. They're leaving their thoughts and opinions, they're posting comments, and that's because it's delivering enormous value to this industry. So people are sharing, they're engaging with it, and it's pulling a lot of traffic to the website. And possibly one of the most important things that you can do for traffic generation and for long-term growth here, follow up. Now, just because influencers have taken part, it doesn't automatically mean that they're going to go out and promote you. So what you have to do is follow up and tell them that the article is published. And then a week or so later, share the results with them. Show them how many comments it got, what kind of traffic it got, and stay in touch with them. Continue to build on that relationship. And if you are serious about growing a popular and profitable website, then I will show you how I grew a tiny site to over 30,000 visitors every day for free when you go to profitcopilot.com/traffic, and I'll put a link to that in the description for you as well. And if you found this useful, give it a thumbs up below. And if you want more of these tutorials, hit the subscribe button there and click on that little notification bell so you never miss an update from me. And I will hopefully see you again in a couple of days' time. Take care.